coming to the economy.
Yeah.
How does the current auto market in general look like?
So, in absolute terms, if you take into consideration, India ended the last year for itself with being the third largest passenger vehicle car selling market in the world. Barely 3 years back, we ranked at number 5. This year, we overtook Japan and we've been able to touch the 4 million mark for ourselves. So, which is why I said earlier on, where let's say India has been a promising market for, let's say, automotive manufacturers worldwide, where they've been able to register a strong growth rate, which obviously was also demonstrated because of a low base effect, given the fact that you're looking at the previous 2 years of a COVID overhang. But this market was also a market where, let's say, a lot of customers witnessed what I call it a ZNMD moment. Zindagi na milegi dobara. For those of you folks who have not seen this movie, my humble request, please take time out, watch it out. It's a movie directed by Farhan Akhtar from Excel Entertainment. Lots of learnings, lots of insights that will throw open to you as far as your life is concerned, or the way you should or can possibly lead your life. With that, and the FOMO, which is what they call it, as in fear of missing out. It gave that moment that last 2 years of no travel, ensuring that you are getting curbed when it comes to your desires, your needs, gave the opportunity for the customer to actually come out in the open, unshackle their desires, their dreams, their ambitions, with the financials that was required to ensure that they are able to unleash their dreams turning into reality by way of coming out to buy a car, which became, let's say, a virtue that we witnessed as a market. Now, as we enter into the coming year, what we are witnessing as a trend at the current point of time is that India is the only market which has been, let's say, so far been able to safeguard itself from the global correction that we are witnessing, right? You look at the last 6 months, US has been in a slowdown situation. Markets have corrected to the tune of anywhere between 25 to 35%.
True.
If you look at Europe, right, the Ukraine war continues to haunt them. Gas is scarce. There are people dying for the first time in winters in Europe. Europe is paying prices for gas through its nose at the current point of time, given the Russia-Ukraine situation. Overall market is cooling off. You look at China. China has been a victim of its own doing when it comes to COVID, right? With the nth wave paralyzing its economy and a lot of sections of the business still remaining shut.
Right.
You look at Asia Pacific, especially the Middle East and India, they have been at the cusp of growth and they continue to have that promising situation for itself. So if you look at what is it that the market has to present for itself in this year, calendar year, I feel that the market will easily be looking at double-digit growth rates even this year.
Okay.
Right? If I look at the total industry volume and the luxury car volume for itself, you are definitely looking at double-digit growths. Having said that, given the fact of the global correction that has taken place for itself, it's very, very important that India is able to clear this litmus test for itself for the period from, let's say, we are shooting this video in the month of January 2023. So let's say, as long as we're able to sail through for ourselves as an economy with the same momentum, with the same scope and the scale, between the period of, let's say, July to September, I'd say that you will be looking at another record financial year end for the financial year 2023-24. Yeah.
That is really amazing, and I do hope it turns out that way. Now, the economy is uncertain right now at a global level, like you mentioned. How do you think it's going to impact the overall growth of the industry? Or would it impact in the first place?
So, India has been able to fairly insulate well for itself so far. Again, not ignoring to the fact that India has not plugged itself completely to the global economy. Right? Having said that, the domestic consumption pattern has been strong, has been positive. This is the feedback that we get across our clients that we interact with across numerous sectors. They do mention about the, let's say, correction that they're intending to witness in their business, but that's not been so much so that it leads to a point of a no return or a delay in their decision to an extent that people would perceive it to be. So I still feel that the momentum will continue to be strong, but I said I do say what I say with a slight word of caution, where my litmus test to stay afloat and be able to sustain this momentum has to be demonstrated consistently until the period lasting of July to September. If I'm able to make it through until that period, post-September, it's going to be a dream run for me to be able to end my financial year on a
big high.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Laughing all the way happily to the bank.
True.
if I can say so.
Personally, how do you think the coming financial year looks like?
Similar to what I said earlier, it's a combination of what we see, slight word of caution for headwinds to ensure that we don't get impacted for the first 6 months to 7 months of this year. If we are able to survive through this time, we will be able to have a good run to close.
True. Interesting. Well, thank you, Amit, for sharing all the insights that you did with us right now.
Thank you.